Hi friends, my name is Alexa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the first book in the Blood of Fae series called Queen of Roses by Briar Boleyn. I will be posting a trigger warning that will have like the chapters and like what the triggers are before I go into the summary, because all the trigger warnings are in the back of the book instead of in the beginning. So hopefully the trigger warnings for this will help you figure out if you actually want to read the book or not. But with that said, I will also be going into the summary that has, well, I'm going to also be going into spoilers of the summary, so if you wish to avoid that, I will put a little timestamp in the description that will skip to my rating and overall thoughts of this book, and also, the trigger warnings will also be, spoilers because of the chapters and whatnot. But with that said, and also if you hear the fan blowing, that is because my room is extremely hot. It's freaking hot. Where I live right now, it is in my room, like, is right up against where the sun sets, so all the heat is slamming in my room. Anyway, that's why the fan is on. But other than that, let's get started to the trigger warnings, and then after that will be the summary. I'm gonna have my book open while I'm on the pronunciation guide, even though, because some of these names I can't pronounce, and even though if I look at the pronunciation guide, I know I'm gonna pronounce them wrong. Anyway, so let's see if I can hold this book open and read my notes at the same time. Either the prologue, there's like a little prologue in the beginning when Morgan, our main female character, is younger, a young child. Her mother was killed by her father, Uther Pendragon. Then we flash forward to 15 years later. Sir Ector Prennell, Morgan is sparring with Lancelot, and then Morgan beat her. There's also Arthur, who is Morgan's younger brother, Merlin, who is a priestess, Dame Helena, and Sir Lucian. Galahad Prennell is an acolyte to the temple and is also Sir Ector's son. Morgan's brother, Arthur, doesn't like Fae. Merlin is a woman, as that's different to like how you know Merlin as a man. But she's like young, she doesn't have like, the white, you know what I mean? Anyway, she doesn't have white hair yet. Morgan's younger brother is named Kay. Camelot is the kingdom, and their court is called the Rose Court. Oh man. Lord Agravain Emery is Arthur's advisor. Apparently there was a trial going on for a Fae child, or half Fae, half human, that was sadly killed. Apparently Morgan's father had three wives. Morgan's mother, Arthur's mother, who was, Morgan's mother was killed because, based off of the drunken rage her father went on. And her father slapped Morgan's mother so hard that she split her head open against a wall. Yikes. Arthur's mother was executed for committing adultery with Sir Pellis. Then her father's third wife, Enid, was Kay's mother, who died while giving childbirth to Kay. Morgan has Fae blood. She's mixed. She's no longer heir to the throne. And now Morgan is joining a group of hunters, and Kay followed her. The man from the courtyard, who showed up while Lancelot and her were sparring, showed up to save her from a boar that was attacking the hunter group. Florian Emery's is Agravain's son, and also Morgan's tormentor, sadly. Morgan is set to be the next high priestess, and Merlin asked if she has magic. Morgan said she doesn't. Apparently the man's name is Kairos Draven. And then when Morgan returns to her room, she sees that Florian has marked it, with his name on her headboard. Morgan is, and so she's nervous to kind of go back to her room sometimes. Then we meet the leader of the hunter group, Baldwin, and 3 other men were killed by Draven because they were trying to use Morgan as leverage, or help them get some more food because they're short on food shortages and they can't feed their families, and so desperate times, desperate measures. But Draven knew where Morgan would be and saved her, basically. Morgan is not very happy about that. And then Florian showed up in her room again, and apparently the medicine that Morgan is supposed to take every other day was drugged, and Florian assaulted Morgan by carving his name into her skin. Morgan spoke to Arthur about what went on about her kidnapping with the hunters and whatever. Draven saw Florian's work on Morgan and wanted to know who hurt her. Morgan didn't tell him anything. Then later on, she's sparring with Draven. Morgan has dinner with Kay and Arthur. Arthur is supposedly interested in the blood rights. Caspar is her uncle. Apparently Morgan will not be traveling with Arthur somewhere. Arthur tasked her in retrieving an object, the blade of... Okay, hold on. Let me figure out the blade of... I want to pronounce this right. Puran. That's what she has to get, which is also called Excalibur. Arthur is threatening people Morgan cares about, and basically if she doesn't get it, then terrible things could happen to her or her friends, is what Arthur is threatening her. Also, I appreciate Morgan and Lancelot's friendship, also with Galahad, and yeah. Supposedly only 2 people will be traveling with her, including Draven. And I guess according to Sir Ector, he's an assassin / a mercenary. When Morgan sees Florian again, he is beaten. And then when Morgan speaks with Arthur again, he shows her a chest filled with the hunters' decapitated heads, and then when Morgan is at the stables, Florian shows up again and tries to assault her. Or kill her, depends on what you think. But Morgan killed Florian by stabbing him with her earring. Draven told her they are leaving early, and told Morgan to get packing with her stuff, like pack light and all that. But Kay shows up into her bedroom and he wants to go with her. And Morgan told him no, just keep pretending when he's with Arthur, because Arthur is losing it a little bit. Morgan now has to take her medicine every day. They encountered a female battle cat, also known as an Exmoor. Whitehorn killed the battle cat and her cubs. The medicine that Morgan keeps taking is making her weak. There were iron flakes that were put in her medicine, and Morgan was slowly dying. Whitehorn tried to abduct Morgan. However, Draven killed him. Draven slept next to Morgan in her tent. Apparently, Draven wants Excalibur for himself. Morgan's hair is now silver because she's no longer taking the medicine that she's supposed to be taking. Draven also got wounded by Whitehorn before he was able to kill him, so now his wound is getting worse. And now Morgan had a wet dream about Draven. Okay. It's weird. Okay. It's a little odd. But, here we go. Cyrano is a land or a continent. I don't remember what it is, but they worship Fey gods instead of the 3 citizens of Grimpold are celebrating. They are celebrating. Hold on. Corval. And Morgan wanted to join in with the celebrations, and she was dancing in a circle, and she will also have a hangover because she was drinking the alcohol that they were serving during that celebration. Morgan has strange markings on her arms that glow in the dark now. Her skin also has a golden tinge to it. Draven's wound is infected, and apparently the markings on her arms are runes. They travel to Nethervale in search of a healer for Draven. Laverna is the woman that they encounter, and she has magic / illusion, like fire magic and illusion magic. She is also half Fae. Morgan and Draven are under attack. Morgan held off the attackers with her awakened fire magic. The lute player from the previous town is joining them. His name is Vesper. Draven's wound has healed thanks to Morgan. Vesper is traveling with them. Draven is not happy about it. However, Morgan is all for it. Morgan is far too trusting of Vesper, and I find Vesper to be annoying. Morgan and Vesper kiss. Draven caught them and put a stop to it. Then they made it to Orin's gate. Vesper pleasured Morgan. The next day they made it to the Bloodlands, and Fenrir's are attacking the camp. The young Exmoor save them. Like the Exmoor that wasn't killed by Whitehorn, I guess. Lancelot found them and brought Morgan's horse back. Morgan's horse is named Haya. Lancelot was sent to find them by Merlin and Sir Ector. Pendrath is at war. Leoness and where is it? Well, there's no pronunciation for this place, so I'm just gonna try my best here. Where is it? I lost my place. Oh, yes, they're at war with Leoness and Tintagil against Camelot. Anyway, Raeged was an ally with Camelot, but then they fled after Leoness's ally entered the fray. Arthur lost his mind. There's no food. There's now drafting and public executions. Arthur had Merlin whipped publicly. Ow. Also, Arthur drafted Kay into the war to like rally everybody. He's a young child. That seems kind of weird. The arches are gates, and Galahad is in danger because Galahad likes men, and Arthur does not like. He's not a fan of my knees. People being with, same-sex marriage and all that. Ow. The Exmoor snuggled next to Draven. Morgan petted her, and the Exmoor purred, and then they made it to Valtane. They came across a little girl whose name is Odelna. Apparently Odelna, it could be a slave. Man. They reached the Face City of Naumenos. 2 days later, they reached Meridian. Okay. They were attacked by harpies and they took shelter in a cave. Draven told the history of what happened to the Fae in that city. Apparently a plague that only killed the children. Morgan asked Vesper to join her in her tent. Vesper and Morgan were about to have sex, but an undead child appeared at their camp. And then after Vesper killed one of them, an entire horde of undead children are attacking them. Lancelot was taken into a darkened passage by the undead children, and Vesper stopped Morgan from helping her. Draven told Morgan to flee and that he vowed to find her. Vesper gave her Alucia. It's like a drink or like a drug-inducing potion type thing. Morgan figured out Vesper had lied. Apparently he had been here before and knew about the children, and Vesper wants the sword. Morgan woke up next to a lake, and Vesper cut Morgan's wrist to use her blood to calm a creature down with tentacles, then pushed her in the lake. Morgan found Excalibur. She took the sword and met a Fey woman whose name is Orcades, and she helped her remember her mother, who was running through the city of Nomenos. Morgan figured out who Vesper truly is. His music bewitched her. He was sent by Arthur to seduce her. Then he's stabbed from the stomach. Morgan kills Vesper with her magic before he could kill Draven. Orchides is Morgan's sister, and she took Excalibur back. Draven is from Shabra. Lancelot is dead, ? Possibly. Morgan is dying, the Exmoor returned, Draven is Fae, and the little girl is a crone. And then Draven did something to save Morgan. And that's basically all that happened in The Queen of Roses. Well, I gave this book a 4-star. I find it interesting that it's a retelling of King Arthur, and you kind of get introduced to these characters that were in the tale itself, or like I think also the show. Or is Merlin, the TV show, also based off King Arthur? Yes it is. Anyway, but if you liked Merlin, the TV show, or you're just like a fan of King Arthur and the whole Knights of the Round Table, you can read this book. It's like a retelling, but like with Morgan. Also, Whitehorn, Florian, and Vesper got what they deserved. Also, I didn't realize that an earring can actually kill somebody. Maybe I need to keep earrings on hand. Just in case. You never know. Now I kind of regret never getting my ears pierced, but oh well. Anyway. I feel like Morgan needs a little character development a little bit. I think she's annoying me. She keeps giving me whiplash. One minute I like her, the next she seems a little naive and like she trusts way too easily, and yeah. Also, I don't like Arthur. Yeah. What a shitty younger brother. Kay, her youngest brother, needs to be protected at all costs. Morgan's friendship with Galahad and Lancelot are probably my favorite. I also feel kind of bad that I don't know, I don't think Lancelot needed to go out that way. That was a terrible way to die, by dying by undead children. No good at all. What else? I can't think of anything. Oh. I don't know. No. Just Morgan just needs some character development. Hopefully there'll be some character development in the next book that I'll talk about, called it's Court of Claws. I think it is the second book in this series. That's the book I will talk about next time. But let me know what you guys thought, if you've read this book or not, whether you guys like Morgan or Draven or any of the other characters that have shown up in this book. But other than that, I will talk about Court of Claws next time. There will be a video next week. So that's good. Alright, well, if you want to see more from me, please check out the other playlists I have in the description or in the channel. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit subscribe. And until next time, bye friends.